3 million years ago, during the time of the cavemen, there was one being named Mu who had the obsession for violence. With his life on the line, Mu fought the strongest creatures to the death and got stronger as a result. Years pass, as his species went extinct, but strangely, time had no effect on Mu. With this ability, Mu hunted any being which he found worthy of fighting. As the passage of time, Mu had become many things: a hunter and conqueror, a warrior, and finally, a god. In the present day, we see a bored Mu sitting on his throne. He raises his feet and smashes it on the ground. This causes the realm of the gods to vibrate, as we see the god of the underworld named Lucifer shaken by this. Mu can no longer find opponents to fight because he is too strong. He suggests possessing a weak human body so he can enjoy thrill of fighting. He searches among humans using a huge ball and picks one. He calls his assistant, called Dragonling, as he comes. Mu tells Dragonling that he is leaving as Dragonling uses his chains to trap Mu, begging him not to leave his seat vacant. Mu breaks the chains and with an angry look, asks his assistant whether he wants to fight him. On Earth, we see a kid named Lee. Lee stands on the rooftop and prays that if he dies, he should be taken to another world. Lee jumps and before he falls to the ground, is possessed by Mu. He falls to the ground dead and bleeding. Mu, who has mastered his body, from the muscles humans can move voluntary and involuntary, forces his heart to start, which allows him to breathe properly. The spirit of Lee is seen at Mu's realm as he stares at Dragonling. Dragonling is worried because when the body is separated from the spirit, the body becomes destroyed when the soul dies in another body. Mu wakes up in Lee's body as he starts his training by moving home using a handstand. Mu gets home as he looks through Lee memories. He finds out that Lee is bullied by a guy in his school for some time now. Mu goes to school the following day and opens the door abruptly. He stands in front of his opponent, smiling at the meal in front of him. The bully throws a punch when Mu receives it on his face. Mu has rules when it comes to fighting. He always takes the first hit without avoiding it. Mu smiles as he also throws a punch to the bully's face. The bully throws a flurry of blows and Mu blocks it with his hands. Mu realizes that his hands and feet were weak, so he gets an idea. The bully throws a punch when Mu uses his skull to block it, breaking the metacarpals of the bully. He uses his skull to hit the solar plexus of the bully and finally the chin, causing the bully to pass out. Mu has a way of thanking his opponents for a good fight. He leaves his mark on them by biting a part of their ear. Mu bites the ear of the bully as he leaves for home. Mu realizes that he cannot gather any mana on Earth and also, his body's recovery is slow. Mu returns to his body and comes to meet Lee's spirit. Lee tells Mu that he wants Dragonling so that he can dominate another world. Mu picks Lee up and takes him to Lucifer's dimension. He opens a dimension in Lucifer's domain and throws Lee inside. We see Lucifer's glorious past. Lucifer was the second in command, serving under a creature called God. He challenged God and killed him. Lucifer's then challenged the other gods and dominated them. He heard that there was a strong creature on Earth with enhanced physical strength named Mu. He made a mistake by challenging Mu and failed, making Mu a god with his physical strength alone. We see the bully in the hospital as he calls his cousin, who is a boxer, for help. In class, the teacher asks the class president to check up on Lee because he has not been coming to school lately. The president goes to Lee's room after school and sees him collapsed. Mu returns back into Lee's body as he realizes the nutrients coming into his body. He asks for a place to train from the class president when she takes him to a public exercising place. Mu recalls doing stone rolling, mountain climbing, and ground digging as his workout. The president leaves as a stone thrown by the bully to hit Mu. Mu sees this as a first attack as he punches the bully in the face. The bully's cousin named Cheol takes his stance as he throws a punch to hit Mu. Mu was the one that got hit, but Cheol is the one looking scared. This is because he saw Mu smiling and intentionally taking the blow. Mu copies Cheol's stance as he throws a punch. Cheol blocks the punch but feels incredible pain in his arms. He throws a counter when Mu uses a punch to hit the inner arms of Cheol, causing it to break. He then punches Cheol in the jaw and he collapses. Mu looks at the bully as the bully is seen scared. Mu beats up the bully to the extent that his face becomes all bloodied and swollen. Mu goes back to his room and tries to go back into his body. It doesn't work as he wonders what the issue is. Some days ago, we see the gods at a meeting. Lucifer takes the advantage of the fact that Mu isn't around and attacks Dragonling. Dragonling dodges and counters with his fire breath. We see Dragonling utterly defeated as he craves for his master's presence. We see Cheol with his broken arm. He shares crocodile tears whiles telling his senior named Kong in the gym that he was ambushed by the gang leader. The senior in the gym asks Cheol where the gang leader is as Cheol shows him where Mu is. Mu is seen training when the president comes to him. She asks him why he isn't coming to school when he says that he can't exercise in school. Moreover, he can't get opponents to fight. The president gets an idea as she says that Mu will find many delinquents he can fight in school. Kong became a vigilate after his sister's ballet career was destroyed by a man stalking her. Since then, he has been going around beating up people who he deems bad for the society. Back to the present, Kong punches Mu in the face. Mu asks for more as Kong throws light jabs. Mu dodges them all as Kong blocks Mu's vision. He throws a left hook when Mu blocks with his arm. Mu is seen on the defensive when Kong hits him in the ribs. Mu suppresses his emotions and calms his mind. He makes a disgusting face which makes Kong angrier. Kong moves in to kill Mu as we see Mu's eyes shut. Subscribe to the channel to see how Mu defends himself from Kong in the next video.